For those of you who don't know this, I literally, ever since I heard about we were doing this last week, I hate this exercise with every bitter passion of me. Because I'm not a very sentimental person, so I don't have a lot of stuff from my childhood, and my family's not very sentimental, except for my stuffed animals, which I refuse to show in public. Yeah, long story. But anyways, I brought this little cross that I got from Disneyland. For those of you who don't know, I work there. But I used to go there all the time as a little kid, and it's Pirates of the Caribbean, which is my second favorite movie of all time. First one's Peter Pan. And yes, it's the best thing ever. Stay young for the rest of your life. But this cross had a bigger meaning. When I was younger, we couldn't really find a church because I've lived in probably at least 8 to 10 homes in my life. We moved around a lot. I've lived in at least 3 homes in Ohio, 3 homes in Michigan, and I've lived in at least 5. I think the apartment I live in now is the 5th home I've had since I was a kid. We lived in a bunch of places in California, so nothing was very sentimental. If you were to ask my dad, hey, do you like this picture? He's like, why would I print out a picture? I have the memory of it. So religion is one of those things that, it's funny that you, I can't see it right now, brought up the Bible back there, because we were a very religious family in the sense of we prayed at least 2 or 3 prayers when we went to dinner. That's the ongoing joke in my family. We spend at least 3 minutes just doing prayer rather than actually eating. But we never went to church a lot, and I used to be very religious. I was, might come as a shock to some of you that know me, I was actually gonna stay pure up until my senior year. This is gonna get kind of dark, but it's okay. I've said this to individual people. I haven't actually said it to a group, which is why I'm shaking right now. When I was gonna be a senior in high school, the girl I was dating at the time knew that I wanted to be pure, and everybody has their demons, right? So she saw the opportunity and decided to take me to a party and give me many drinks of alcohol. And yeah, we all know how that story ends. And ever since that day, it's been, religion's just come very weird to me. When I moved down to SoCal, I used to live in NorCal, which is why I say hella and sick. That's a NorCal thing, I guess. I used to go to church all the time. I ran church fundraisers. I used to sing in choirs, and I used to do a ton of stuff. But really, ever since my late junior year, it's been very difficult for me to really make connection with God. And every single day, I think there's literally a Catholic church from 2 miles from my house, if that. I have a very difficult time going for many reasons, if you know me. And I always want to go. I get very motivated, especially on Christmas time, because Christmas is a big thing in my family, and I just have a very difficult time going. Whether it's because I think I failed, or whether it's for a lot of different reasons that are personal. But this individual cross I used to keep in my pocket every single day. I used to think to myself when I was a little kid, hey, you can't put anything in your left pocket, because nothing can, equal God. Nothing can equal His power and His forgiveness and His love and everything. So I used to literally, if I had a ton of stuff, I would put it in my right pocket, my back pocket, my left pocket, but I would refuse to put it in my left, because I'm no, nothing can go with this. Nothing ever can, because it's my 3 biggest things I love in the world. It's God, it's Disney, and it's jewelry. And I love jewelry. I love jewelry. If it was up to me, I'd wear rings on every finger and a necklace and bracelets. I love jewelry. And exactly. And it's just difficult to me now, because I've gone over a lot of things that would probably shock a lot of people with this. And now I probably haven't really, this is the first time I've opened this up since my junior year. And it's just interesting, because there's no one memory. That was the big difficulty with this exercise, is hey, pick this one thing and it created an emotional connection. Well, it's I feel happiness, I feel guilt, I feel sadness, I feel everything with this one thing, and it's just hard for me to differentiate what memory to really pick and choose with. But this is one of the oldest objects I've ever had, and so it's just my thing, and I don't know really what I'm gonna do with it yet. So, thank you.
Alright, so this is a pin. Nerd alert, it's a Star Trek pin. And the reason why I brought it, for a couple reasons. One, it's something my family, we can all agree on. We all like it. So we'll all like watch it at night to just, after a day to just decompress. So we all agree on it. Two, no matter how crappy a day you've been, you basically get to escape for a certain period of time into this fantasy world. Which is an invaluable tool to have when you just feel like, I don't even know what I'm saying. It's just, it's nice to be able to just have somewhere to go, if not for a small period of time when your life seems unmanageable, is, I guess, the point. Not that you should escape all the time, but after, difficult, it's nice to have that. So, and it's kind of, I guess, why I've gone into acting, I guess, to be able to feel that, but instead of watching it, be in it. And be able to feel that I'm actually traveling to a different place, traveling to a different state of mind, and for that moment it's real instead of just oh, this is a class exercise, this is just a scene. I want to feel like when I'm doing it, kind of I'm watching it and be able to really, because it's basically traveling but just in your mind. So, yeah, basically it's I don't know how to sum up. Just I guess that's just the magic of acting, being able to transport to different worlds. Yeah.
All right, quiet in the house, please.
So, I brought a book. This particular series is the one I really like, which is the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. I got this when I was in 7th grade, which was 2011, but for those of you that really like Percy Jackson, they recently made a musical for it, so I just got back into it. But I really like this series because of the fact that all of the demigods and stuff have ADHD as well as dyslexia, and it was the first time where I could really see myself in characters because I have ADHD and I have bad almost debilitating ADHD because of executive function. My executive function is terrible. And maladaptive daydreaming and all that stuff. So being able to see being able to have these characters that were like me and all this stuff was really, really important to me back in 7th grade. And so now that I'm back into it, I'm able to reread this. Mark of Athena had just come out when I got into it, so now I get to read the whole series of Heroes of Olympus as well, and there's now so many more books I get to read, and I'm super excited to be able to read about these characters that are a lot like me, and I can just imagine myself in their world and everything, and it's super important to me.
Excellent.
Yeah?
Kindle or real books?
Real books.
Real books.
When my grandma passed away, I was given this, and I was in middle school while she passed away, and it was kind of sad, and yes, I might cry. Yeah, it was really.
Can you tell us about your grandmother?
She meant a lot to me, and she was the only grandma that loved me, and sorry. At the time, I didn't love my other grandma because she didn't really do much stuff with me more than she did stuff with more my cousin, and it was really difficult. I felt like she did more stuff with her and everything, and my grandma she was the only one that did stuff with me and everything, and dad's parents on that side, like, they didn't really always want to do stuff. So I remember for my graduation, they didn't even care. They didn't want to do anything.
But she always wanted to do things with you, yes?
She didn't. She'll never know that I went to college. She'll never know about high school or anything.
But you know she'd be very proud of you. She'd be proud of what you've accomplished and proud of you being in college.
She'll be proud of the beautiful young lady you're becoming.
Who knows? She could be watching today too.
That's true.
And when she died, she went to my dad's office and turned the radio on. And this one time, and yes, I do remember this, and it might be a little odd. I was at Disneyland with my mom, and we were kind of like bickering at each other, going back and forth about where the car was, and I felt like a little touch. I'm like who the heck was that? Like, I felt something, like, I don't know who that was. And sometimes, like, when people are really close to me, I can feel like a spiritual connection with them. Like, my I know this might be off topic, but I used to have two Boston Terriers, and one of them, who passed away when I had Buddy, when we used to live in this other house, and we already live in another house right now. I was, I don't know, maybe like a freshman in high school or something. No, I take that back. I was in elementary school, and I felt like a paw or something on me. Like, I feel just things that, like, are meaning, like, things that are close to me. When, I don't know, I feel like a special connection with them. This butterfly just represents my grandma, because whenever I see a butterfly or something, it reminds me of her. And it just reminds me of how we are all unique. And I found out when maybe I was like in somewhere around middle school or high school that I had autism. I never knew why. I was like in all special needs classes, and I felt comfortable with telling just close people who were mean to me, who weren't going to bully me or anything like that. But I'm just letting you all guys know that you're all unique in your own way, and you should love yourself no matter what. And you're all beautiful just the way you are and everything. And I'm just saying that and everything. And I also never knew that I have a relative who's gay, and I never knew that. So, and I wish I knew these other people that I knew about. I never knew, because apparently there were secrets that I never knew about, but now I'm like Facebook friends with them, and I like that now. And I wish I got to meet these other relatives that I never knew, and this other cousin who kind of looks like me but in a different way. And that's all I wanted to tell you guys.